Hello, and welcome to another episode of the ECA Esports podcast. With me today, I have Ms. Diane Thomas, the Vice Principal, and Morgan, an esports player who's been here since the very start. Might I say thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So one of the questions I wanted to ask was, for this semester, what are your hopes for esports?
Crushing it, bringing home some hardware. You know what? It's not just about winning championships, which we do really well, but it's about growing this program and growing the culture of esports at ECA. That has been my goal since I came on board 4 years ago and took over as the esports sponsor and helped to keep the program going and reshape its identity. And what we have now is so exciting. It's so far beyond what I had even imagined in year one or even year two. It's inclusive, it's creative. Players and teams are enthusiastic and supportive of one another and supportive of the esports community. I love watching our players and our teams interact with competitors and with teams from other schools and other districts, because you all act with such kindness and such dignity and such a love of what you do. And that really shows in how you comport yourselves during a match, during a tournament, during a public event, during your interactions with our school community. That's all above and beyond what I ever could have hoped for this program. And it's just been amazing to see. So I guess the thing I'm excited about the most is to see what y'all do next.
I have to ask, along with that, why here at ECA did you choose to have esports? Like, I understand why it's a new club and something for students to engage in, but more importantly, why did you choose to have it here where learning, to me, feels like the most important thing?
Well, this decision predates me, so I'm going to toss this to Mr. Arguelles.
Great. I get to answer this question now. Do you want the politically correct answer or do you want the real answer?
The real answer, please.
The real answer. So, Dr. Bowman from the district came to us and he knew that we had a school full of amazing students. And he also was banking his reputation on being successful in esports. So he came to the best school around, which is ECA, and he said, "Hey, can you guys put together an esports team?" And my first question was, well, what the hell is esports? I had no idea. So, of course, my students did, though. They knew that they were already ready to play some of these games. So we put together a team, and I don't even remember who our first coach was. But if you give me time, I'll think about it. Anyway, we put together a team, and they were immediately successful. Why? Because our kids are amazing, and they like to game. Did I like esports? No, I was totally against gaming. Okay, but and thank you, Miss Thomas is the one who really pushed esports to be even more successful here, because I was ready to get rid of this thing because it was taking too much time from the kids doing their academic rigor. But they had a lot of fun with it, and we were super successful right out of the gate. And the kids dominated, and a couple of the kids that were on the team, their whole attitudes changed about everything, school, about being having a little bit of personality and being more polite, and it was a real game changer for the school. That's the real story. I won't even bother with the politically correct one.
Question, was that pun intended?
Ooh, I don't know what pun.
Game changer?
Oh yeah, there you go. Sorry, dude, I'm not that clever. Miss Thomas will vouch for that.
Alrighty. So, my question: what, what did you expect to happen, in the years that followed when you opened esports? What did you think would happen?
Well, I did not expect what happened to happen. I just expected it would just be a club. The kids would play. I did not realize it would reach the level that it reached, and it really was pretty magnificent, And it's been really cool. I mean, from kids like Scott and some of the other kids to where we're at right now. I love 95% of the kids on the team. Okay, I'm sorry, maybe 100%. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the kids are great, and the program's great. We love Mr. Allen. He's been fantastic. And I feel like the kids have done a really good job of representing our school, which is what I really wanted to see happen. I wanted our school to have great representation and to just continue with the reputation that we've been developing in terms of academics. And the team has done fantastic. You guys have really set a very high bar for anybody that comes in afterwards. And I love that I don't have to deal with it. Miss Thomas gets to deal with it, and she loves it. You've been great. I mean, you've been fantastic. This is her team, it's not my team. It's Miss Thomas's team and it's ECA's team. But you guys have made us proud. You really have, and you guys have a great reputation among all of the schools across the state, and that's legit. That's really cool.
I actually want to ask Morgan. I hear that you joined really early on. What did you expect esports to be like?
But honestly, I mostly expected it to be
air conditioned, probably.
Well,
and you were disappointed.
I mean, it wasn't a portable, but it's fine. No, what I expected was honestly just mostly a place for people to kind of get together and play games somewhat competitively, mostly for fun as kind of a thing to do after school as kind of a way to build community. I had no expectation that it was going to be as successful as it has been. I wasn't expecting any of this at all. I mean, I remember us being stuck in a portable desperately trying to get Smash Bros to work for a week. I didn't expect it to take off this much at all. That was fun.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Alrighty. Now that we have the pre stuff out of the way, my next question is, for what are you expecting for esports in the upcoming years? And I believe that this is best handed off to Miss Thomas and Morgan.
It's been so fantastic to see all of the additional layers of opportunity that have come our way, first under the guidance of Coach Allen, because he has just stepped in and taken this program to new heights. We never expected the program to be where it's at. For the program being so young, we've had a lot of coach turnover. It's kind of a tough gig, right? A lot of expectations. The reward maybe doesn't match those expectations if it's not your thing. But this is most definitely at the center of Coach Allen's wheelhouse. And it's been exciting to see how he has worked to reshape esports culture, not just on our campus, but trying to expand that work throughout the district and participating at the state level to make sure that esports is more widely accepted and respected, and that all participants adhere to NMAA guidance and regulations, just like any other legitimate sport, that participants receive the respect that they deserve for the amount of work that you put into it, and to now offer this as an elective credit now that we have an esports curriculum in our district. I'm so grateful to the team that put all of that together and made it happen, because it does afford some career exploration opportunities for our students. And I know a lot of people still laugh at that, like, oh, haha, shoutcasting. It's legit. And if this is what gets you out of bed in the morning, if esports is your passion and you see a future for yourself after high school in esports, it absolutely makes sense to undertake some career exploration under the framework of the esports curriculum and figure out, well, is this really what I thought it was going to be? And if so, yes, all right, how do I continue to develop my skills and map out my next steps? And if it's not for me, well, gosh, I'm glad I figured that part out, but I still love gaming and I still love competing and I still love being part of this community. Those are really, really exciting directions that we're heading. I cannot wait to see where we go.
Here's a question I have. When you were making the esports class, the curriculum, like you were saying, what was like the behind the scenes? Is my question.
I got to see the course evolve as it was being written and presented at the district level. I didn't participate in helping to write this course. So it was neat because I came to that work as somebody who has developed a lot of respect for this program, a lot of respect for the players, and really a lot of affection. I mean, we went through a lot of really crazy, trying times, right? It was like a trial by fire, right?
Yeah.
And I got to really bond with a lot of those players and understand what brings you to esports and why it's so important in the lives of our students, of our players. So I got to watch the curriculum evolve from an outside perspective, but with that kind of filter, right? Like, I love this program. I want any kind of course that we offer across the district to do right by students, to challenge our students, to really make sure that they stretch in new directions, that there is academic rigor to the course, that it aligns to technology standards, to career exploration standards, that there are opportunities for reading, for writing, for math, for self-expression, for student choice in all of the work that you do as part of the class. And the team that was presenting this were so receptive to the feedback of people like me. It was a lot of curriculum assistant principals, so kind of like policy wonks, if you will, right? And they were so receptive to our feedback and so flexible, and they were clearly so excited about what they were doing, that it really didn't take much at all for them to incorporate some of our feedback, reshape, and continue to make this curriculum even better through that process. And then we were able to approve it through the district's curriculum board and offer it the following fall. Yeah.
That was an intense answer, by the way, because I thought esports was about eating Cheetos, drinking Mountain Dew, and staying up till 2 in the morning.
That's why I'm here.
A player's got to fuel. A player's got to fuel.
So, on to what I think we all really want to know. To Ms. Thomas and Mr. Arguelles, what are your favorite esports teams?
What's the one with the van and the clown that kills people? Is that an esports game?
Twisted Metal?
Yeah, that one! Twisted Metal. Isn't that an esports game?
No.
I want it to be. That would be awesome.
Mario Kart?
Mario
I
Kart.
don't know.
All right.
I'm going to defer to Ms. Thomas on this one.
It's I'm not supposed to have favorites. The one that I came to understand the fastest and can watch and I sort of get what's going on is Rocket League. And part of that was because the players at the time were so patient with me. And they took the time to explain what they were doing. And they talked me through the game as they were playing. Not during a match or anything. I mean, I knew better. But I would come during practice and they were so understanding. They didn't condescend. And that helped me to kind of get what was going on. They're like, Miss, it's like soccer with cars in the Thunderdome. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that tracks. I get it. I love it. And so I understand that one better than my other games. But my favorite thing is to watch my teams play, to watch them compete, regardless of the game. That's always really cool. Whether they win or lose or draw or what. It's just really cool to watch them go through that process.
I feel like that's the better answer than just saying Rocket League is the best. Alrighty. So in getting supplies for esports, was that difficult?
Oh. Do you want to answer this?
What, the keyboard fiasco of 2021? Short answer, yes. Yeah, yes, it was. If you think we have a problem with headsets now, oh boy, you have no idea.
Actually, Mr. Arguelles did a great job of advocating for our program when we first got it off the ground, and you played a huge role in making sure we got that first set of gaming consoles that we had. We couldn't have done it had it not been for your efforts.
We pieced together a lot of units.
We actually had a pretty nice setup freshman
Just
year.
taking pieces from different computers. Wolverton helped a little bit with that. The first coach, he was pretty sharp about that, but we really did not. It was pretty ugly. It was really ugly. And I know that we were, in terms of equipment, outclassed by every team we played, which then made it amazing that we were outclassed equipment-wise, but we outclassed them with players. Our players were better than them. And had we been on the same level equipment-wise, we probably would have crushed many teams, you know. But gee, I mean, all the things that you guys have done in terms of equipment have been fantastic. Like, you know, like that thing.
Well, I think what helped us turn a corner was when we had those gaming consoles donated by the district. Mm-hmm. They provided us with 5, right? We had 5.
Yeah,
when they 5. Worked, right? When we could log in.
Well, also, I remember at some point in the second semester, someone stole one of our graphics cards.
Yeah, we had some. So, we had some.
We had all the parts. That was also helpful.
It wasn't in the most secure of locations. You know, it was all part of the learning curve, right? So that helped us turn a corner, gain some momentum. Our current coach is amazing at fundraising. We're so lucky, and that has helped to ensure that the program is sustainable.
Well, I think that's where we're going to have to wrap it up. Thank you guys for being on and for answering our questions. And thank you viewers for watching. This has been the Esports Podcast.